Anyway, let's start the test. Like I said, we have only the normal machine gun at +0, and it's gonna have a full-on base damage, no modifiers to it. So let's do a couple of tests. Let's do 5 mag dumps or something like that. Okay, one thing to note right here is a reload is pretty long for this weapon. Okay, now that I have a full-on data, we will go into the editing software and do the calculations of a DPS. And okay, so this is our sample right here that we have. So from the previous video, for those that did not see, I did AK versus Tommy DPS comparison, and we ended up with the such number of 5279 DPS for Tommy, 5212 DPS for AK. One thing is going to be consistent for all of these tests. It's going to be normal. What is this spelling, dude? So what is going to be consistent? All of the weapons that are going to be tested, they're going to be level 40 normal on +0 upgrade, and all of the DPS is going to be calculated over on the base, so no skills, no gear, influence is going to be over there included. And if I happen to have some kind of skills that are increasing damage, I'm gonna do the calculation to revert it back. So yeah, it's going to be consistent, and also we are fighting against the flower level 35 for all of these tests. So whatever you see right here, whatever DPS you see right here, do not take this number as something that is always going to be true. This is only going to be true if you are fighting against flower level 35 with a level 40 normal weapon. The point is to just, compare all of the weapons and see if their DPS is higher or lower. And yeah, maybe we can just justify the usage of machine gun with this test. This is what I want to actually see. So yes, I am biased right here. I want to see the DPS to be higher than the DPS of the AK. But yeah, let's actually see that. So first of all, we need to figure out what is the time needed to do the mag dump and reload. That is going to be one full-on cycle. Out of that, we will know what is the time needed. We will also calculate the average damage final per shot. We will then multiply this per shot with the mag size. That is going to give us the damage of the whole magazine, and we are going to divide the damage of the whole magazine by the time needed to mag dump as well as to reload to complete that one cycle, and that is going to give us DPS base. And then we can compare it to the AK as well as Tommy. But yeah, this is going to be the calculation. I'm gonna do this real quick, and yeah, simply how I'm not gonna show you this time how I do this. I showed you the process, methodology and process in the previous video, so if you are wondering about that, check out the previous video. But this time I'm just not gonna waste your time. I'm gonna present you a data in 3, 2, 1, boom. I am very surprised that a machine gun is going to have a better DPS. Okay, pause. I know this is the result for the DPS. We're gonna go over the detailed test later on in the video, but first I wanna point out one thing. Damage per magazine base is going to be insane. 84,700. Compare this to the AK, to the Tommy, you will see the damage potential is much higher. That is going to be a advantage of machine gun. Also the DPS, but there is a huge but, and please check out this next part of the video whenever we compare the details of the gun, how the gun operates within the game. So yeah, anyway, let's resume this video. Boom. Well, first of all, the control, like recoil control. So I'm not gonna control anything. I'm just gonna let it let it do its thingy. So let's go. That is a considerable amount of a recoil. Let's see with the AK. Well, it is true that the machine gun has a bit more of the recoil to it, but this is what you can expect. You can control this. If you're playing on PC, you can control it easily. If not, use the aimbot, and you're not gonna suffer from a recoil. But I want to show you, like, can we hit these guys from a long range, like, yeah, we can. I mean, sure, you know, accuracy is not all that great, but I don't think that we are going to suffer from the lack of accuracy over at the long range. Remember, the whole reason why I'm testing DPS of these weapons is to figure out which one is gonna be good for the boss. Anyway, I missed a couple of shots right here because I aimed poorly, not because the gun is bad. Okay, this time it is not clear if it was my mistake or not. But yeah, with each shot you will have a chance for the bullet to go completely to the opposite side. Like, there is always going to be the chance for that. And even with the sniper, even with the most accurate sniper, which is this one, SR700, there is still a chance for the shot to go left, right, center. I mean, you know, that is the accuracy in this game. But yeah, you can just take the any kind of a weapon and you can test it out on like these cans. If you're hitting these cans, you're gonna see that they are just flying away. So, you know, there is still like accuracy for this weapon. It's not like super inaccurate. But yeah, whenever you start spraying, let's do a reload. Whenever you start spraying with the machine gun, your shots are gonna go left, right, and center. You cannot control it, you cannot predict it, you cannot learn it. I mean, this is how the game is designed. So let's see. Now, look, this circle right here, this is, I mean, it is the size of a head of any kind of a boss if you are gonna stay like close to medium range. If you need to fight a big flower from 300 meters away, like max range, you will still hit all of the headshots because flower has a big head hitbox. However, whenever you aim with the machine gun, look at this mobility. This is mobility, like, you're super slow. You cannot PvP with such a mobility. I mean, I really hope that you can just feel this. I mean, look at with the AK. With AK, you are just flying. Left, right, forward, backwards. But with the machine gun, if you wanna aim, you're stationary pretty much. So that is the drawback of the machine gun, and this speed is showcased with such skill maxed out. Shoulder movement speed, whenever you are scoped in, whenever you are aiming. We are getting the 26% movement speed, but yeah, that is not enough for machine gun, you know, to feel any kind of a agile, comfortable to use while scoped in. However, let's see let's see this. If we are not aiming, let's just shoot it from the hip fire. Let's go. Okay, now let's see where our bullets went. Look at this big circle, like, this is insanity. Can I do this with the AK? Okay, so compare this big circle to the much smaller circle of the AK. So yeah, with the machine gun you will need to be stationary if you want to shoot. And now I am debating if this is better or not. I'm debating, like, sure, you are having a more DPS, but are you really gonna play like this? Like, imagine you are looking at the flower. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Let's do this now without scoping in. Let's do it right here. So you are looking at the flower's head. Look at this, look where the bullet went. It went all the way up there. I was aiming right here and it went all the way up there, all the way down there, to the left, to the right. I mean, this is not possible. Like, you cannot really use this machine gun in any comfortable way. So my question to you guys is, do you think that this DPS increase of, let's say, like 10%, it's not 10%, it's like more like 9%, 8% increase, is this really worth it? I don't really think that it is. I think that it's much better to have the AK and, you know, just stick with the AK because of how agile it is. I mean, you can even use it in a PvP scenario, why not? So Okay, I'm gonna end the video right here. My conclusion is it's nice that machine gun is having a higher DPS by 8% higher than AK, but what is not nice is just the accuracy whenever you are hip firing is disgusting, and whenever you are over the shoulder you do not have any kind of a mobility. Because of that reason I'm not gonna be switching into the machine gun, even though it has a bit more of the DPS to it. Okay, so I should put a note right here. The note says we are getting a more damage penalty over distance with the Tommy gun, and with the machine gun note says that there is no mobility while aiming and there is no accuracy while hip firing. So, you know, these notes are going to be important so that, you know, we remember that still AK is the most versatile in my opinion, with a good enough DPS. Anyway, that is it. If you have any requests for a specific weapons, if you want me to test some kind of weapon, let me know down in the comments. If not, I'm gonna most likely do it not for every single weapon, but for like some of the more interesting ones, let's say. Anyway, that is pretty much it. This is the conclusion. Am I gonna be using machine gun? No. Am I gonna be using Tommy gun? No. Am I gonna be using AK? Yes, AK is the best weapon. So yeah, that is pretty much it. Let me just, you know, revert back to my standard setup, and yep, I'm done. Anyway, I'm gonna see you in the next one. Take care, bye bye, peace up.